Hello, this is my story. I was raised in the church. My dad was a minister, still is. Um, I was raised being taught that you serve others no matter the cost to you. You turn the other cheek always, um, no matter what. So, the way that has played out in my life is that I have been spiritually, emotionally, physically, even sexually abused by friends, family, coworkers, significant others. And because of this abuse, I have lost family members, friends, jobs, homes, because most people, they don't want to deal with that. They don't know how to deal with that. And when you're in a place where you're completely broken and looking for a life raft, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to help, or they just don't want to be bothered. It takes too much effort. So I've had so many people walk away or throw me a brick instead of a life raft. Um, what that has done is, well, it's created a really long lasting financial and emotional burden for me. I have an extremely hard time trusting people because everybody in my life at some point has walked away. Anytime I start to trust somebody, I get stabbed in the back. I get abandoned. And it doesn't matter whether it's, family, friends, pastors. In fact, some of the worst offenders have been pastors and active church members. So you can only handle that so many times. And so what it has done to me in the last few years is I've just begun to live like a hermit. I go to work and I go home. I don't like to people anymore. Financially, what it's meant is raising a daughter by myself, single income, no help from anyone. I didn't go to college because my dream for my life was to be a wife and a mom. And therefore, it's been extremely difficult to be a single mom and take care of my daughter with no help. But she actually is the reason why I found Young Living. A few years ago, she started having some significant health issues, and the doctors were not being able to figure out what was wrong with her. We were in and out of the hospital. In about a year's time, she was admitted 18 different times, had 2 different surgeries. And so during all of that, I had this 14, 15-year-old living in excruciating pain all the time, and nobody being able to tell us why. So I started trying to figure out ways to help her myself. I figured if the doctors couldn't figure it out, maybe I could at least help alleviate, some of her symptoms or support her body to do better while we continued to see the doctors and have test after test after test and try to figure out what the issue was. But I see that the Lord brought Young Living into my life in order to bring healing, freedom, emotional, physical, financial. I do now have some people that I know, albeit only online, but we've developed relationships, and I feel like I can trust them, because the Young Living community is amazing. My daughter's health is a lot stronger. She still has issues. She has some things that will never go away, and things were finally diagnosed. So we support her immune system, and she doesn't get sick nearly as often. She has a lot less problems, so that's really good. Even for myself, my health is a lot better. For several years, about 5 years, I had horrible insomnia, and if I slept 2 hours a night, that was a good night. I now sleep all night, most nights. I have the occasional night where I struggle, but for the most part, I sleep well because I support my own body systems with supplements, and I do see and have been seeing for the last couple of years that the Lord has placed Young Living in my life with a desire to help other people with the products, with the friendships. I still don't know exactly how that's going to play out, but the Lord gives us the desires in our hearts, our hopes and dreams for a reason, not just to say, wouldn't that be nice? That'll never happen, but you can dream. God doesn't work that way, so I know He has a plan. So I'm waiting to see how that plays out. I do have a real heart for helping others that have been through similar situations to mine. And I know that the emotional freedom that Young Living offers can help with that. So I'm excited to see how the Lord has it all planned for this all to play out. I'd like not to live like a hermit forever, so hoping that the Lord just guides and directs me, but I know that He brought me to this, and so I know that there is a plan for this.